And you're live. Hey, welcome guys, welcome back to DJ Live FPL. I hope you had a good weekend. Cheki, in this video hata sipiti hivi into mingi. I just want to briefly react to game week 13. So we'll look at my performance, my squad, to analyze where I went right or where I went wrong and figure out how to go around it. And then right after that, we will briefly foreshadow game week 14 tuangalie the possible transfers that I'll be doing in my squad, na pia maybe recommend possible swaps that you could do for your squad, whatever situation that you are in, because unajua nini, najua FPL ni ngumu na ndio maana tunarudi kucheza hii stuff week after week. Okay, so one more thing, thank you to everybody who logged in into the previous video. I had a team selection video, and we also had a preview, which was something that I did for the first time. Na inaka ni stuff tutakuwa tunadu, which I go over the press conference information that has been released by the managers right before the deadline. Not like just before the deadline, the day before the deadline hopefully. Kama uta watch hizi team selection na vitu zingine, just make sure you watch these preview videos so that you at least know who's going to play, who's not going to play, and usi make transfers mapema. Pia usi make transfers mapema because kuna champion midweek and conference league and Europa League, so people could go to injuries or not. The point here, don't make rash decisions. Take your time with your transfers, and then you will see how things go. So thank you to everybody who watched the game week 13 preview video and also the team selection video, and I hope you get to learn something from it. Now back to FPL. This is the status page. I want to discuss about the team of the week. I think you've also seen it. Umeona kina nani wana perform. For some reason watu wa Man U ni aje wanaingia kwa hii base. Dalo got the maximum bonus from it. The last time Dalo amekuwa akipata points over the last 3 game weeks. Would I be in a rush to buy him? I don't think so. We have Newcastle away, Chelsea home, Bournemouth home, then Liverpool, then West Ham. So I'm not sure if I want to invest in a Man U defender anytime now. So without further ado, let me just get to my points. We see how my team performed. So venye unaona ndio kumeenda. So we can see we got 62 points, which I think was a good performance based of the average points. Now I think the only thing that I'm disappointed about is that I didn't get any points from my defense, which, as I always say, you have to get some 15 plus points from your defense ndio anze hata tu kwenda na mbele. On the plus side, my game week rank tulikuwa tumetank kidogo, ilikuwa imeenda somewhere at 3M. We're back now to 2.4M. Game week rank was 600k. In flex manze, 600k ni a good number, but I think we could also do more. I'm happy that the graph is just going up slowly but surely. Last week tulikuwa tumerank 2.9M, and the week before that we had ranked top 1M. We can see tulikuwa 900k. That is counting nilikuwa nimechukua a hit, a -4. So game week 13, a game week rank of 600k, I think that's very much acceptable. Pime boost overall rank to 2.4M, which inherently inamaanisha lazima to push niingie top 2M tuingie top 1M. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, Ariola in defense give me 3 points. West Ham are not getting clean sheets, but naona kama Raya angecheza angepata hiyo clean sheet. I understand that he was ineligible to play the game because of the contract with Brentford. So at least I'll have Arsenal in my next game, an Arsenal goalkeeper, but I'm still tweaking my transfers. Right beside, Porro is the only one that gave me points. And if you've been here long enough, I talked about playing my defenders based off of form more than Magina. Porro amekuwa akinipatia points the last few weeks. sina reason ya kumbench ama kumuza not anytime soon. He had really great chances, alichapa hata post, I think not once but twice. Mikolenko pia yeye alichapa post. Mikolenko alichapa post na amefunga in his last 2 games, in the previous 2 games before our Manu fixture. And then Trippier blanked. Understandably, Chelsea walibahatika na free kick ya Sterling. I'll take it. I think this is my backline. Sitaki ku alter so much. I want to believe in my choice of my squad. Now, kwa midfield, I'll start with my captain. Salah gave me 10 points at least. Alikuwa almost ku blank until Trent got on to the end of things. So a double figure from my captain isn't bad. Pia sikuwa willing to experiment with my other players, because I think nilikuwa nime captain Haaland or Alvarez. Nilikuwa nime captain Haaland as of the game week 13 team selection video, but before the deadline I had momentarily captained Alvarez, believing that ata bring something out of his box of tools. So I resorted to put it back to Salah since he had a good away form, and I think it will stay with Salah now that he's going to be facing Fulham. Now, kando ya Salah niko na mse notorious, mtu nimekuwa na patient na the last 3 weeks, which is Douglas Luiz. He's blanked in game week 11 na 12. Game week 13, at least alinipea points na get on to the end of getting some bonus points, which were, I think, 2 of them. Yeah, you can see he got 2 bonus points. I was also happy to see that he's on the set pieces. Ni anacheza dead balls zote za nini za ase, corner kicks, indirect free kicks, ni anazichapa. And on to the other end, I have Gordon, give me 13 points. Pia nimekuwa naye, nimemshikilia, very good value for you. His price range, bro, umse nilimbuy at 5.6M. Sidhani utapata mse anakupea returns at that rate. If you don't have Gordon, would I be in a hurry to get him? Yes. He's facing Manu at St. James Park. I told you to bank on Newcastle whenever they are playing at St. James Park. So that's a good performance. Right beside him was a new signing. I was very pessimistic yet very optimistic upon getting him. This is the first double figure haul for Gibbs White. Hajakuwa na mabao, by the way. This was his first goal. His contributions have been assists so far. So he got a penalty, which was the main reason. Sijui kama uliwatch your video, kama uliwatch my game week 13 team selection video, I talked about my preference of selecting Gibbs White over Elanga just because Gibbs White ako on dead balls. Ni atachapa indirect free kicks, atachapa corner kicks, and he's certainly on penalties. And if you don't know where to get that kind of information, it's in the first link in the description box. Inakuonesha set piece takers, which I talked about in my earlier on in this season as we were getting ready to kickstart this channel. Kuna list hapa inaonyesha dead ball takers, penalties, direct free kicks, corners and indirect free kicks. And right under Nottingham, Gibbs White is on penalties, he's on direct free kicks, he's on corners. Hiyo ndio reason, si vitu mingi. And I'm happy to have gotten his first double figure haul. A part of it is luck, of course, but bro, when luck meets preparation, zote ziingiana like a fucking puzzle. And right in my forwards, Nketiah blanked. Honestly, nilichezesha Nketiah juu sina options. The only reason I could play Nketiah is because I had no one else better to play into that position. He's not getting complete playtime, which makes me think, should I go for Trossi or really niturudi tu kwa Saka? Because I had Saka up to game week 8, of which tuliachana I think on the wild card. I think it might be time for him to go to him. It's only that Nketiah nangoja points zake na nimekuwa nikingoja nizidishi alafu nimuuze, but it's certainly not the reason. Haaland gave us 7 points. I think how many people have Haaland? 82%. Wase walimuuza bado hawajamrudisha, na sidhani kuna haja ya kumrudisha since he'll be blanking. He won't be playing on game week 18, but it's still a long way ahead. So I think Haaland is here to stay in my squad. I don't know about Alvarez, but I'm also trying to avoid the impatience with my players. So that's generally how my team performed. Ni hivi tu, nitaji just start momentum to carry it into the next game week. And since December will be a busy schedule, we all know how things will go. Games itakuwa mingi, so I'll keep the content pumping, hopefully week in week out. Now, I just want us to look at my team selection going into game week 13 before I make any transfers. And this is how people are lined up. I have Haaland and Alvarez both in front facing Tottenham. Both are playing from Etihad, which is a good thing. Watu wanachezea Etihad, which isn't bad. Again, Tottenham ni wagumu. Itabidi nimeenda na wawili, lakini sita captain any of them. As you can see, my captaincy is with Salah playing a very shaky Fulham, who got 2 penalties from their game with Wolves just yesterday. So Salah will have the armband. Gordon is here facing Man U. Gibbs White is here facing Everton wenye wamekuwa wakiconcede penalties. They conceded a penalty against Liverpool through Ashley Young, the same culprit who conceded. Is it the same culprit? No. I don't think he's the one who. No. CLE conceded he penalty against Man U, but wako na a high proclivity of conceding a penalty. So Gibbs White having a home game. This was one of the reasons I brought him in. I'm here to experiment with him. Sijui kama nitaka naye long term, but 5 million defenders giving you value for your money, I'll get them any day, anytime. Now, I'm not sure about Douglas Luiz going to an away trip to Bournemouth. Isko sure at all. Isko sure kama nimdependie. The reason I have him is that Piak on penalties, which is a very huge thing. I think all his goals, I think like 3 of them have been from penalties out of the 5 goals that he's scored so far. Sidhani ni mingi amefunga from direct play. And then I seem to be playing with 4 defenders at the back: Porro, Trippier, Mikolenko and Sufal. So I'm not optimistic with Sufal, not at all. I'm happy about Mikolenko facing Nottingham. Umsi ana advance forward. He's ready to shoot at any one point, and I'm also playing him based off of form mostly. And in goalkeeping I have Raya facing Wolves at home. And bench yangu ndivyo iko. So just to briefly speak about my possible transfer swaps that I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of swapping Bowen. Of course, sidhani atarudi. Or kama atarudi, sidhani niko willing ku hold on to him for that period of time. I think it's high time that I made a swap to my defense line. I feel like my defense has been shaky, and as I've been insistent on making sure that you get points from your defense first, and then huku kwingine kunaweza jialign. So nikichuja Bowen na Luka Dean, I'm easily bringing Zinchenko. For a home fixture against Wolves, and then the next fixture will be with Luton. He's been getting bonus points, which is a very good thing. Inamaanisha kwa pitch and perform at his level best. And I was also pessimistic about his playtime as of 3 weeks ago, but look, he's played a complete 90 minutes in the last 2 games, which is a bonus, which is a plus. Na wasewa namkujia at a high rate. And then on this other position that is with Bowen, I'm thinking of going for Mbeumo. Usini judge. Nafikiria nimkujia for hii fixture Luton at home and Brighton away and Sheffield away. Nona itakuwa bad experiment. The good thing about Mbeumo is that whenever he gets points, he'll get many points. Yani ako more than likely to get double figure hauls whenever he performs or his team performs, because first of all Brentford have to perform as a team first, and then Mbeumo is just a byproduct. Second reason for preferring Mbeumo is because he's on penalties na anachapa corners. Kama ni kitu ta notice kwa hii line yangu ya midfields, na kama unachapa penalties ama corners uko very likely kuanza hizi games zangu, which is the case with Alvarez here, meaning that I can bank on him to get an assist if a defender slots in a header from corners. So these are my possible transfer swaps. I had 2 free transfers which I think I'll be using in this game week. Na nikifanya hizi transfer mbili cheki na baki na 2M. Nani ako na do mingi hivi FPL na bado ako na Haalandinho? Nani ako na do mingi hivi bado na bado ako na Haalandinho? Mimi sijui. If it's not Mbeumo, it would mean bringing in Saka. But if I bring in Saka, that would mean not bringing in Zinchenko. Because again, I also have a keeper, I also have Raya, of which then nataka kuwa na defensive line, yeah, 2 guys from the same playing a similar fixture. So this is what I'm thinking about making my transfers based off of form na fixture. Based off of form na fixture, this is how I'm thinking I could do. The other possible swaps, let me just revert these swaps. Sindio? The other possible swaps would be to upgrade this Nketiah position, nipate mse mwingine ako na do ya maana, and then I would still insist on swapping a defensive option just to get someone clear, because unaona hapa naweza chezesha hii mid yangu yote venye iko, na nikichezesha yote if I play these 4 guys, it means that I'd have to play my 3 attackers or play 5 defenders, of which I want maybe a third attacker. So looking at who I'd be looking at when bringing, itabidi tufungue hii tab ya fixtures, tuangalie fixture difficulty ratings for these other teams maybe across the next 2 game weeks, and you can see why I was preferring Arsenal. They have Wolves at home, then Luton away, then Aston Villa away. Who else looks like an easy pick here? Brentford have Luton home and then Brighton away. No, kumbuke Brighton wana concede mabao like it's a joke. They are conceding like it's a joke. And I think their main defender was also given a red card. Yeah, their main defender was given a red card. Acha to investigate who's Dunk was given a red card. I think it was because of 2 yellow cards. 2 yellow cards can pay you a red card. So they don't have their main center back. Nokumbuke hawana Pavis Estupinan. Who else looks like they have an easy fixture? Certainly not Man U. Hata hapa ingekuwa Bournemouth game ya kwanza, that's not an easy fixture for Man U, not by any standards. Hakuna any easy fixtures for Man U at this point. Who else? Newcastle look good. I already have 2 people from Newcastle, so si feel urgency ya kuleta mse mwingine. And if really I had to bring someone else from Newcastle, probably that would be Isak, knowing that he'll get complete playtime. Now inamaanisha nibebe watu watatu playing against my own team. Yeah, siogopi. Naweza leta watu watatu against Man U juu hii games dani tunaenda kuchapana ati 2-2 ama 3-0. Hii game ni ikienda inaenda sana, inafika hadi bao 5. Hii game ikienda inaenda sana mpaka bao 5. Would I be looking at Isak and who else in defense? Okay, let's just honestly umeona from the FDR hakuna fixtures rahisi hapa in that sense. I already have someone from Everton who has Everton and from Nottingham who has Everton at home, then Fulham away, then Wolves away. Na game ya Wolves ni ngumu sana for Nottingham standards or anyone facing Wolves at their own stadium. It's very difficult. So that's how it's looking, meaning that ikikuja hapa kwa transfers sina watu wengi wa kuleta. I usually like to filter by team Would I be thinking about bringing in Nunes if I can't bring in Trent? Maybe would I be bringing Nunes? Shida yake ni hayuko 100% manze, hayuko 100%. Akipata ball hauko sure atafunga. He needs like 5 chances for him to convert 1 or 2. Na hiyo ndio kitu na differentiate na Haaland. Haaland needs 1 chance to slot 1 goal. 4 chances, those are 2-3 goals. Ama chape post, ama attest the keeper. Darwin, he's a bit hesitant, but I love the Fulham fixture. I really love this fixture, because the other option, if it's not bringing in Nunes, will be considering Trent. Nujua Trent no adomingi, so inamaanisha siezi toa Nketiah, but instead I would have to give up Bowen for his 7 million price range, and then bring in a midfielder less than 7M, and hizi options si mingi. Hiyo ndio shida, hizi options si mingi. Would I be looking at Sterling? Probably playing Brighton then Man U, hiyo si mbaya, but I think staki kuwa judge based off their performance against Newcastle. Newcastle are really good against majority of the teams, especially when playing at home. Nikiangalia other options within 7 million price range, na feel nishabuy wasewa under 7 million already kwa timu yangu, so sina pretty much a lot of room. I think unless I slotted in Mbeumo, yet again Mbeumo is at 7M, so I need like negative 0.3 to compensate, of which staki ku get a negative 4. I'm facing a very proficient player on my head-to-head league, so I don't want to risk having a -4 for no guarantees. Hiyo ndio shida. Naweza chukua -4 but sina any guarantees against that. So as I said earlier on, my possible transfers will be bringing in, as I said, if it's not Zinchenko, which other defender would I be looking at? Honestly, off the top of my head, Zinchenko is the only one that is standing out, because he's playing as an inverted fullback. Kama unahitaji explanation hiyo nitakwambia rahisi. When they don't have the ball, he's playing on left back. When they have possession of the ball, they'll play 3 guys at the back, and Zinchenko will drop into the midfield to control the game. So meaning that an advanced forward, unlike Lukadin, because Lukadin umeona hanisaidii. Nimekaa naye hapa game week 5. Umse hanisaidii. Hatuwezi saidiana, na kama ataanza kupata points sahi ni sawa, lakini mimi nashukuru nimemalizana na yeye. Yeye na Sufalo wako kwa the same was up in terms of that. So I think if I do these 2 transfers, I still have a lot of money. I have 2.6M in the bank, which means that in future I can upgrade a forward, a midfield, however much I want to. So that's my mindset going into game week 14. Those are the possible swaps that I'm considering. But as we said, without making any transfers, I'd be playing with a 4-4-2 formation, with the captain being Salah. And as I also said in the game week 12, game week 13 lessons that we've learned so far, I said that you shouldn't have to make transfers every week if at all you're doing the right thing. Kama ume set up squad yako, hauhitaji kukua na tense na uhitaji kuswap wase kila time. Na ndio maana kuna kwanga na transfer window kwa clubs. Otherwise managers wangekuwa nauza player after every other month. That's why kuna hizi regulations. You need to be able to set up your team and work with it going forward for however much long. Na uweze kuswap with the bench. That's the aim of the bench. Uweze kurotate and to shift around your team so that you don't necessarily need or have to make transfers every other time. Yeah, so that's it from me today. I hope you did enjoy this small presentation as much as I did prepping it for you. Tutapatana in the next video where I'll be talking about my team's selection of game week 14. Of course nitangoja champi ichezwe, Europa ichezwe, Conference League ichezwe, ndio nikuwe na a firm foundation. na probably nikuwe na some information from the press conference so that you can see the best moves going into this game week 14. One more thing I want to talk about as I conclude ni kuna boys mwingine pia sijaongelea nikifanya hizi scouting. Nako team gani? Ako West Ham. Especially now that Bowen is not even playing. Lakini umse haimata kama Bowen anacheza machezi. The boy goes by the name of Kudus. Bro, I watched the extended highlights and he's electric. He created goals out of nothing for this team. And I was a bit hesitant about him before game week 13 because I saw that he had only one good performance and another one of which he had played 14 minutes. Venye nilicheki akicheza bro, umse anaweza kuwa a menace, anaweza kuwa a very destructive opponent to whoever is facing. So I think you could consider him in terms of your transfers. He got 2 assists. Nizi assist mbili acha nikushow zilikuwa bahati. Zilikuwa out of nothing most of them. Who else did I see? I have someone else in my mind. Yes, Crystal Palace. We have a young boy who's back to playing, who was in an injury and he's played his first game of the season. Boy goes by the name of Olise. Cheki, aliwagetia a winner out of nowhere, picking the ball from the midfield and dribbling past his defenders and carving it right into the left post. Look, season 22-23 he got 2 goals and 11 assists, which tells you he's a team player. Sim tumchoyo ni team player. He got 132 points. I usually like looking at the bonus points. Alipata a total of 15 bonus points from the whole season, which is a good thing. Hizi bonus points zitakwambia influence ya mse on the pitch. So I think Olise is also a good option. I think I was just put off by the fact that he's facing West Ham away next, before Bournemouth, before Liverpool, before Man City, before Brighton, before Chelsea. Hey! Sinaona ni tricks. But haimata, hii stuff haimata. It's form against fixture. So I think that those are some other players that you can maybe have in the back of your head and consider into the next game week. Otherwise, I think we'll finish this video right here. DJ Live FPL cheki kwa nini kesho.
BTL drop, Radika Ruka, I gave her Kichoika Ruka, she gave me inside the Uber, Liambaga was sitting at dip, Nikamruka. Put on my dip when I was a Peruka. Kama tumnyambo, I be with my shooter. She is a soldier, she is a trooper. The way that she stay with my stick, then I knew BTL.